Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to build your company's vision. What made these companies very successful? Today we're going to know it. Companies that enjoy enduring success have core values and core purpose that remain fixed, while their business strategies and practices endlessly adapt to a changing world. Truly great companies understand what's the difference between what should never change and what should be open for a change. Between what is genuinely sacred and what is not. This great ability to manage continuity and change, requiring a consciously practiced discipline, is closely linked to the ability to develop a vision. Vision provides guidance about what core to preserve and what future to simulate progress toward. Concept vision consists of two major components: core ideology and envisioned future. Core ideology defines what we stand for and why we exist. The envisioned future is what we aspire to become, to achieve, and to create. Core ideology defines the enduring character of an organization, a consistent identity that transcends product or market life cycles, technological breakthroughs, management fads, and individual leaders. Leaders die, products become obsolete, markets change, new technologies emerge, and management fads come and go. But core ideology is a great company and endures as a source of guidance and inspiration. Core ideology provides the glue that holds an organization together as it grows, decentralizes, diversifies, expands globally, and develops workplace diversity. Core values are the essential and enduring tenets of an organization, a small set of timeless guiding principles. Core values require no external justification. They have intrinsic value and importance to those inside the organization. The point is that a great company decides for itself what values it holds to be core, largely independent of the current environment, competitive requirements, or management paths. Clearly then, there is no universally right set of core values. A company need not have a set core value customer service, Sony doesn't, or respect for the individual, Disney doesn't, or quality, Walmart doesn't, or market focus, HP doesn't, or teamwork, Nordstrom doesn't. A company might have operating practices and business strategies around those qualities, without having them as the essence of its being. To identify the core values of your own organization, push with relentless honesty to define what values are truly central. Who should be involved in articulating the core values varies with the size, age, and geographic dispersion of the company, but in many situations we have recommended what we call a Mars group. A Mars group is the people who have a gut level understanding of your core values. Purpose is the second part of core ideology. It's the organization's reason for being. An effective purpose reflects people's idealistic motivation for doing the company's work. Core ideology consists of core values and core purpose. Core purpose is a this and that, not a goal of business strategy. One powerful method for getting at purpose is the 5 whys. Start with the descriptive statement. We make X products, or we deliver X services. And then ask, why is that important? 5 times. After a few whys, you'll find that you're getting down to the fundamental purpose of the organization. Another approach is to ask each member of the Mars group, how could we frame the purpose of this organization so that if you wake up tomorrow morning with enough money in the bank to retire, you will nevertheless keep working here? What deeper sense of purpose will motivate you to continue to dedicate your precious creative energies to this company's effort? Now, how to create core ideology? Well, To begin with, you can't create it or set it. You discover core ideology. You don't deduce it by looking at the external environment. You understand it by looking at the inside. Ideology has to be authentic. You cannot fake it. Discovering core ideology is not an intellectual exercise. The role of core ideology is to guide and inspire, not to differentiate. Two companies can have the same core values or purpose. Core ideology needs to be meaningful and inspirational only to people inside the organization. It needs not to be exciting to outsiders. Why not? Because it is the people inside the organization who needs to commit to the organizational ideology over the long term. People often ask, how do we get people to share core ideology? You don't. You can't. Instead, find people who are predisposed to share your core values and purpose. Attract and retain those people, and let those who do not share your core values go elsewhere. A company can have a very strong core ideology without a formal statement. Identifying core values and purpose is therefore not an exercise in wordsmithery. Indeed, an organization will generate a variety of statements over time to describe the core ideology. The point is not to create a perfect statement, but to gain a deep understanding of your organization's core values and purpose, which can be expressed in a multitude of ways. Core competence is a strategic concept that defines your organization's capabilities, what you are particularly good at, whereas core ideology captures what you stand for and why you exist. Core competencies should be well aligned with a company's core ideology and are often rooted in it, but they are not the same thing. In a visionary company like Sony, core competencies change over the decades, whereas core ideologies do not. If it's not core, change it. Articulating core ideology is just a starting point. However, you can also must determine what type of progress. The second primary component of the vision framework is envisioned future. We recognize that the phrase envision future is somewhat paradoxical. On the one hand, it conveys concreteness, something visible, real, and vivid. On the other hand, it involves a time yet unrealized, with its dreams, hopes, and inspiration. We found in our research that visionary companies often use bold missions, or what we prefer to call BHAGs, as a powerful way to stimulate progress. A true BHAG is clear and compelling, serves as a unifying focal point of effort, and acts as a catalyst for team spirit. Although organizations may have many BHAGs at different levels operating at the same time, vision requires a special type of BHAG, a vision level BHAG that applies to the entire organization and requires 10 to 30 years of effort to complete. In addition to vision level BHAGs, an envisioned future needs what we call vivid description. That is, a vibrant, engaging, and specific description of what it will be like to achieve the BHAG. Think of it as translating the vision from words into pictures, of creating an image that people can carry around in their heads. Passion, emotion, and conviction are essential parts of the vivid description. Now, don't confuse core ideology and envision future. In particular, don't confuse core purpose and BHAGs. Managers often exchange one for the other, mixing the two together or failing to articulate both as distinct items. Core purpose, not some specific goal, is the reason why the organization exists. A BHAG is a clearly articulated goal. Core purpose can never be complete, whereas the BHAG is reachable in 10 to 30 years. Identifying core ideology is a discovery process, but setting the envisioned future is a creative process. The ambition future involves such essential questions as: does it get our juices flowing? Do we find it stimulating? Does it spur forward momentum? Does it get people going? The envisioned future should be exciting in its own right, that it will continue to keep the organization motivated even if the leaders who set the goal disappear. To create an effective and envisioned future requires a certain level of unreasonable confidence and commitment. Keep in mind that a big hack is not just a goal, it's a big, hairy, audacious goal. But what about failure to realize the envisioned future? In our research, we found that the visionary companies displayed a remarkable ability to achieve even their most audacious goal. In contrast, the comparison companies in our research frequently did not achieve their big hacks, if they set them at all. The difference does not lie in setting easier goals. The visionary companies tended to have even more audacious ambitions. The difference does not lie in charismatic visionary leaderships. The visionary companies often achieve their big hacks without such larger-than-life leaders at the helm. Nor does the difference lie in better strategy. The visionary companies often realize their goals more by an organic process of let's try a lot of stuff and keep what works than by well-laid strategic plans. Rather, the success lies in building the strength of their organization as the primary way of creating the future. Well, that's all for today. See you the next week. Please subscribe and click the like button if you like it.